Hi everybody, I just wanted to thank my students for getting me this wonderful gift. They bought me this CRKT knife called the Sakimori, which means a protector. I wanted to thank everybody for getting me this gift. It's wonderful. It's a very, very nice knife, again made by CRKT, designed by martial artist James Williams. Beautiful small little carry tanto, comes with this little plastic sheath. I'll definitely use that when I go hiking in the woods. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I don't need any gifts, but I do appreciate it. It's my gift to be teaching people. So I thank my students in Kentucky and Indiana and Ohio for getting me this knife. I really do appreciate it. This week, as a matter of fact, we've been working on knife fighting and knife defenses for the last, actually 2 weeks. We've been focusing in our dojo with all of our students on knife fighting, how to defend yourself against a scary weapon. What's so scary about a knife is it can cut in any direction. You can use it reverse grip or traditional saber grip. And unlike a gun, where the bullet just comes in one direction, it comes out the barrel, a knife can go in any direction. So this is a very intimate and scary up-close weapon, one of the scariest things any martial artist can learn to defend against. As I was thinking about this weapon, you have a little bit of guilt as a teacher, and what I mean by that is I have a lot of students and I want to have a well-rounded martial arts school, a well-rounded curriculum. But what happens is, as a teacher, and I think people do this as parents and as grandparents too, is you have a guilt, meaning we spent the last 2 weeks focusing on knife defenses as well as our regular unarmed curriculum. But when you focus on one section of this martial art, because it's so vast and massive, you suffer in another area. If I work on the knife for 2 weeks, my punching suffers. 2 weeks ago, we worked on kicks for the whole week. We did tons of kicking. If you work on kicking all week, your ground game suffers. If you work on ground fighting all week, your ukemi suffers. If you work on ukemi and rolling for a week, your punching suffers. There are so many bases to cover. It's like being on a baseball diamond and you have to cover with your glove 15 different bases, not just 4. Again, this martial art, unlike other martial arts, has 9 lineages from Japan, 9 complete schools. Each of those schools has its own set of principles, its own set of weapons, its own set of techniques, in some cases hundreds. Can you imagine trying to master 9 different schools of martial arts? We could literally take one of those books behind me and spend 5 years on it and still never be good enough at it. So as a teacher, I often say, oh, we need to focus on this more. Our school's getting weak with this. We need to refocus on that. We need to let that go. We're doing too much of that. We need to focus in this area of training. What's interesting, though, is we do that with our personal lives all the time, especially as a parent. If you're spending too much time at work, you feel guilty because you feel like you're not being a good mother or father, you're neglecting your children, you're not with them enough, you're trying to provide for them. You're doing your best to work and bring in financial resources, but the quality of time and the quantity is very little with your children, so we have that guilt. In the reverse stages, sometimes we're stay-at-home parents and we think we should be working when actually the right thing to do is to stay at home with the kids. However, we need money. What are we going to do? We're always pulled in different directions. It happens a lot of times with personal lives. Think about how many times you're watching television at night, just trying to relax, and you're thinking, oh, I should be doing something. I feel guilty. I'm sitting here watching Game of Thrones, and I should be washing clothes, I should be cleaning, I should be working out, I should be spending more time with my loved ones, and here I am vegetating, watching television. And then sometimes you're with your family and you're always on your phone, always texting. You're like this the whole time, trying to be somewhere else, trying to be 5 places at once. This technology is dangerous. It's ruining our lives. It's making us, instead of living in the moment where this should be put down, I'm so focused on trying to do things in the future and trying to get extra likes on Facebook and trying to get more people for YouTube, and I'm trying to bolster myself up and trying to look like a great person, and you're wasting our lives. We are wasting our lives. I do it too. We're all guilty. our focus as a martial artist is try as best we can to live in the moment. We're always trying to look toward the future, and that can be very dangerous in some ways. And same thing with the past. I'm so much in the past, I lose the moment. If I had just focused on this moment, now this moment, now this moment, I can really enhance my life. Happiness will come into play the more I focus on this moment. If I'm thinking about the future too much, I'm worrying. I'm worrying and I'm not really in this moment. I'm thinking about the past too much. I'm worrying about what should have been and I'm regretting what could have been. And just like the martial arts, when you're focused on one area, if I'm focused on knife fighting for the week, I focus on knife fighting. I'm not thinking about ground fighting. I'm not thinking about throws and counter throws and black belt katas. I'm thinking about knife training. I'm focused on the mat in the moment. The next week, when we focus on water techniques and how to take someone's balance without moving, that's what I'm going to concentrate on. I'm not going to be thinking about a knife. I'm not going to be thinking about things off the mat. My point to this is, as a teacher, we have to let go of the guilt of not always being the most well-rounded martial artist we can be. We try our best to dip our foot into each section of training, but know that once you're concentrated in one area, you're going to suffer in another. There's no way you can concentrate on everything. You can't possibly be doing everything at once. As a parent, you have to let go of that guilt. You can't possibly be the best person at your job and the best parent and the best student and the best child and the best lover and the best friend. You can't be everything at once. It is not possible. Anyone who says that they have it all together is just lying. There's just no way. But at the same time, we can balance. We can be better at things. And rather than trying to cover 20 bases at once, maybe I just need to focus on one or two things in my life at a time. Maybe I need to focus on my personal relationship instead of my career so much. Or maybe instead of trying to find a new personal relationship, if I feel alone or lonely, maybe I should focus on my career more and let love come when it comes. These things we all go through in life. It's not something that just certain people go through. Although you see the best of people on YouTube and on Facebook and on the television, we are all the same when the lights go out. We're all the same when the doors are closed. We all have issues. We all have problems we're trying to deal with, whether it be anger or depression, sadness, whatever it might be. We have to not feel so guilty about trying to do everything at once in life. Sometimes to be successful, we only need to really focus on the here and the now and this moment. When you think about it, all we have in life is this moment. I can't control the future, and I certainly can't control what's already happened. All we have is now. All we have is here and now. I'm not saying never plan for the future. Of course, it's great to have goals and larger dreams to have. It's great to practice every weapon on the wall and try every technique you can. But sometimes you just have to let the guilt go and just enjoy the moment and the joy within it. I hope this has helped you. It really does help me to talk about these things. Now I'm going to go train with my new knife made by James Williams. And you guys have a great day, and try today to really focus on each moment, each second of each day. Smile and be happy with whoever you're with, doing whatever you're doing, and just be there. Be present in the moment. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.